Okay, this is kind of a cautionary tale. The penknife is in here just for scale, I suppose, but this is a cautionary tale about buying a watch on eBay and dealing with some sellers, all right? This was listed as running, but because it's old, he recommended it could use a service. It's a dive watch. It's really unique. I think it's pretty rare. I don't have my calipers with me, but it's like a 40 to 42 millimeter case, and being a vintage watch, that's pretty cool. Most of those older dive watches are not. Now, we're going to talk about it here in a minute, but the first thing I did was my little wrist thing. Now, whoopsie, sorry. You won't be able to hear that. But this thing doesn't sound good when you give it the little twist. And you'll see, okay, the second hand's running. And then it stops. You see that? Let me tap it. It's running and it stops. It only runs for about 5 seconds at a time. So then I wanted to figure out what these dials are for here. And I realized this one here is the winder, and it does wind. You can tell. As I turn this, it wants to wind, but it's overwound. So the mainspring is probably shot. That's the first thing I noticed right away, and I was really bummed about it. When you look at it, you see these two, and what this is reminiscent of, these two crowns, is a compressor watch. That's what it looks like, is a compressor watch. And it's a Sears, but you'll see on the dial, it says Swiss. All right, it says Swiss, it says T, Swiss made. So that indicates that this should have a Swiss automatic movement in it. And I paid up for this watch because of that, because I figured if it's a decent Swiss movement, you know, it's going to be worth it. I think I paid 145 bucks if I'm not mistaken. I think that included the shipping. This here, it's not a compressor watch. It's this here. All this here is it locks. I believe it locks. Yeah. This locks your. It's a bi-directional bezel, works in both directions. You can set it anywhere, and then you just tighten this down, and it locks it there. So it's a nice little safety feature. That's all that is, but it's really unique, and I like the color on it. I like the blue, the yellow, the red. I just thought it was neat. It does have a day-date complication, which does work. It's a push-pull crown, which is interesting, and you can get the... I mean, I did kind of set this, I think. Maybe I didn't. Maybe I couldn't. Yeah, I couldn't get this to work. So this is not right. Now, I'm going to show you the listing on eBay here in a moment. And then I'm going to show you my interaction with the guy in messages. Because I sent him a note saying, hey, you sent me a broken watch. And his initial thing was, it wasn't broken when I sent it. And all these other things. And you guys know me. I'm an honest guy. All right? I'm not making anything up. He just was, I don't think he was being truthful with me is all. And at one point he even said, you can send it back to me and I'll wear it like I've worn it for years. There's no friggin' way he wore this thing unless he wore it like wearing a broken watch that was right twice a day. All right? Because it doesn't run. You guys can see it. I do love the styling of it, though. I mean, look at that domed acrylic. It's just plastic. It's just got that great look from the 70s. And the back, you can see, you know, it's water-resistant, stainless steel back. It does say Swiss made. I love the back on this. So what we're going to do next is you're going to see the eBay listing. Which I'm going to do after I do what I actually do next. Because what I'm going to do next is I'm going to go over to the watch shop with this. I have a couple other watches I picked up yesterday pretty inexpensively at the swap meet. And I'm going to bring over to Mike at Majestic. You guys know him. He's the man. I mean, he's been working on watches for something like 50 years. He works on Rolexes, Patek Philippe's, Omegas. You know, he could build a whole watch from nothing. I mean, the guy's amazing. He's a pro. Super pro guy, works on super high-end jewelry, and he's a watch guy, you know, from Europe originally, Armenian guy. Really cool, nice dude. So he's going to open this up for us, and I'll record it, and he's going to tell us what's wrong with this watch. So stay tuned. All right, so this is the watch, and this is the correspondence with the seller. I'm not trying to throw a bunch of shade his way. I'm just saying I want you guys to see. So this is the listing. 70s Sears Sakura tricolor bezel men's dive watch with locking bezel, rare. You can see I ended up paying 145 bucks with shipping, and so it's a 42 millimeter watch, mechanical, automatic, and it says here, according to the seller, the 70s Sears Sakura tricolor bezel men's dive watch is a rare find for any watch enthusiast. The watch features a black dial, 42 millimeter case, and mechanical automatic movement. The watch is designed for men and has a diver style with a locking bezel. The brand of the watch is Sears. It falls into the category of jewelry and watches, parts and accessories, and wristwatches. This watch is perfect for anyone who's looking for a unique and rare timepiece. This is a rare watch, I believe made by Sakura. This watch is running and keeping time, but with all vintage watches could most likely use a servicing. Please take a look. And so that's what I'm saying. That was what I bought this based on. And I'm telling you, out of the box, it was not running. It's the same watch. And you can see in the pictures right away, it says Swiss on it. And that's why I wanted to give this a shot. You know, it was worth it to me. Because if it's a vintage Swiss movement and it's running, it's likely worth this much money, is all I'm saying. So back to our correspondence. Give me a moment here. Here we go. So I sent him a note saying this watch is not running, it's broken. Bring it to my watch guy Monday, pretty bummed. And he says it was working fine when I had it. Have you shaken it? It's an automatic. I've already shown you guys the problem when you shake it. It only ticks for about 5 seconds. And my response was, I'm a watch guy with over 40 watches. The mainspring seems to be busted. I'm saying that because it's overwound. You can wind the watch. It ticks for less than a minute. I should have said less than 5 seconds, and stops. And you can't set the date. Most of my watches are automatic, so yes, I know how they are supposed to work. I wrote top by mistake. His response, if you're a watch guy, you will know that some automatics do not wind the stem and must be charged by shaking. I don't know what to tell you, but the mainspring is not broken. Again, so it's not shaking a watch. It's giving it a spin. You got to spin the rotor. So I said the watch definitely winds, which what I meant to say is it's supposed to wind. It doesn't wind because it's bound up. You can feel that it's overwound. I'm not going to argue with you. You sent me a broken watch. I do watch reviews on my YouTube channel. I'll be doing one on this watch and the issue with it soon. I hope you enjoy it. Happy 4th of July. He says, send it back. I'll gladly refund. Enjoy wearing this watch again like I have for years. And when I got that, that's just not true. There's no way, like I said earlier in the video, if he likes wearing this watch for years, he likes wearing a watch that's right twice a day because it's friggin' broken. So, you know, we're about to go over to Mike's. I'm going to eat lunch and go over there. But this is the guy, Rand Ballin. Let's go back to the listing. Will it do that? Oh, I might have made a mistake there. Let's go back. Bear with me. Oh my God. Okay, let's go to the listing right quick. He's got 100% positive feedback, which is another reason why I took the chance. So just, you know, it's one of these things where it's a cautionary tale is all I'm saying. He's got decent pictures of it. I like what he did here with the reflection, so you can see more details on the side of the case. He sold 428 things, so... But you guys see, that's how it came to me out of the box. So the next step will be Mike's shop, and we'll see how that goes. All right, so I'm at Majestic. This is Vartan. He's the son. The super pro old guy over there. He's the master. But we're going to open up this watch and see if we can see what's wrong with it. And see if it actually is a Swiss movement. It should be, right? They can't lie on a watch, can they? It's a Sears watch. That's what's ridiculous.
It's an automatic, but the mainspring is snapped, and there's rust on the stem.
Rust in the stem. Yeah, I mean, I can feel something's going on with the stem for sure. So, what about this case? I don't see any marks. Is there marks in there that shows that it's been worked on?
Nope.
So this is probably all original from, this looks like the 70s to me, this watch. And when I saw the two crowns, I thought maybe it was a compressor watch at first.
Which makes sense.
But the one is just to lock it's not a unidirectional, it's bi-directional bezel. And but is this a decent movement in that watch, being a Swiss, or no? Because your old man, let's see what this says here. Sorry, Mike, I didn't mean to call you old. It says Swiss made.
Oh, this.
Brevets. I don't know what any of that means. But you can, yeah, the mainspring is definitely broken. It's not moving.
Yeah, mainspring is broken. Minor rust on the stem. Right there.
Yeah, so that means the rubber seal's been bad for a while.
Yeah.
So the guy said to me, he said, "Hey man, you send it back to me, and I'll wear it like I have been for years." And I'm thinking to myself,
So
what are you saying? You said it's very old.
Fairly old. I don't know if I can find the correct mainspring for it. I might be able to.
But to repair this, it would be hundreds of dollars, right?
Possibly.
I mean, I think the styling to me is definitely 70s, right?
I could look up these numbers. Metal bezel, self-winding.
All right. So we're leaving the watch shop, and as you saw, I was in there for like another 2 hours BSing with the fellas. I'm in there a lot, as you guys know. Mainspring's broken, and the seal was bad on the crown, so there was the crown stem was rusted. That's what you could feel when you're trying to wind it, but you can't really wind it because the mainspring's broken. So that's all. I'm not angry or anything like that. I mean, I took a chance. But this is the thing about eBay. You have to be careful with some of this stuff. And I'll be sending this to the guy I bought the watch from. I'm not pissed off or anything like that. I just... the watch was sent to me broken. Didn't want to argue about it. I knew it was broken. So what's going to happen is... the movement's not actually worth anything. It's so old. Even though it is a Swiss movement... The good news is that there's numbers on it, so they can look it up, and if they can find mainspring for that particular movement, they could restore it for me. The thing is that watch is that could cost a couple $100, you know, easily, between the cost of the part and then doing the work. And these guys work on Rolexes and, you know, super high-end watches, so... Is it worth it? I don't know. They're very cool to me. They don't always charge me for things. They usually give me a pretty good deal. So we'll see. I fell in love with the watch when I saw it because it's just such a unique watch with the two crowns. And again, it does look like a compressor watch even though it isn't. So we'll see what the number is on it. And I think it'd be neat to have that watch and have it actually functioning properly. Like actually tell time. Because you could wear it. You could wear a broken watch. It'll be right at least twice a day. But it's broken. So we'll see how it goes. If I get it working again, I'll show you guys. Because I think it'd be fun The dial is beautiful. It's got a really nice sunburst on it. It says Sears and Swiss. It's just such a juxtaposition for my mind. That's what I kind of dug about it. It used to be Sears sold, you know, quality items back in the day. So anyhow, that's it. That's the end of this video. Thanks for being here. Come back often. Tell your friends. And be good to one another. I'll catch you in the next one.